Hello, how's it going? Here I am at 7-Eleven, Texas, where I'm outside, and I bought this new Dr. Teal and some more. Trying to get into a room to do a full, look what I bought video. But right about now, treating my legs with the Dr. Teal. It's my legs, everything. But I started on my right leg, and I didn't finish. I don't gotta look at the back of my leg. Hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, that's what I'm about to do. And this is how I'm about to do it. See, started with the paper towel, and drop some Dr. Teal's on it. I even got some in this new misting bottle I bought. So that I'm gonna buy some water to go into at some point. We'll see. And here we go. Well, I hope this is a good video, but I can't let's see. This is what it's working on. What it's working on. So my legs keep being in danger, you know. I'm not trying to lose my legs. I need them. Got me a new little baby giraffe to take care of. Go get his little self. His little newborn self. Got to get giraffe. Everybody else too, but he's sick. And extra sick. He needs medicine and he needs time with mommy. He needs to know mommy love to him. And so do everybody else, and they pulling for him. I know everybody's feeling some type of way about me not being there, but it's not like that's the way I want it to be. Trying my best, you know what I mean? Doing as much as I can. I've noticed some people, they say things like, well, if I would just talk, right? Then they would, whatever the case might happen to be. But I don't always be feeling like speaking, just like they don't. Or if I would just post videos every 2 seconds, like not get put in captivity, not have my phone stolen, you know, they would just, and I'm like, wow, but I'm the one going through all of that. There's no way for me to stop all of this without assistance. I'm doing the best that I can, so trying my hardest to beat this whole cause Tiffany's demise thing that they going through. Like, this last captivity, on the way out the motherfucking door, they're gonna decide they want to fingerprint me again. Fingerprinted me when I went in, and he did some fucked up, dumb shit, like merging his fingerprints with mine. Like I wasn't standing right there and didn't see him do it. I even mentioned that he did that shit. Some fucked up shit. So anyway, on the way out, he decides he wants to fingerprint me again. So the information that they typed up was Tiffany with a Y and address Woods Mullen on Mass Ave, whatever the case might happen to be, race B for black, whatever the case might happen to be. And I'm like, Asian, and my last address was 577 Bay Street. I never changed it, and this, that, and the other. So on the side, I wrote, that's Turtle, not my ID, or whatever the case might happen to be. Before I can sign it, he took the cards away. So I don't know what he's doing with those cards. Picture of me and all this fraudulent information. Because I know how to spell my name. It's been spelled the same way. You know, I ended up living in a situation where I was getting beat and assaulted and all this and all that. So I forgot this, that, and the other. However, when I got my working papers and my social security card, I found out the spelling of my name. Been spelling it like that ever since. And that was since I was 16. Mind you now, I'm 39, 40 today. at like 4:38 or something a.m. birth minutes and all that. So 40 today, and I'm like, wow. It's like very interesting, all these different things that I see them doing that aren't legal, and I discuss it with them. Like, this would be the same place where I was on like a slab of rubberized concrete or something in a Romano latrine, rectangle on the floor with a grate in it, and they acted like that was a toilet. Like some weird vest thing that caused me pain. They stripped my clothes. 4 dudes dressed like bitches, they literally made me take off all my goddamn clothes and put on this vest. I'm like, wow. So, worst came to worst, I had to take a shit. They wouldn't take me to the bathroom. They told me to shit in the grate. I shit on a plate. Slid that shit right under the door for them. I like mashed it. I held it in for like 2 days too. I mashed it and down with the plate so it didn't get on my hands and nothing. Just bam, right up the door. I was so fucking pissed. I cannot believe these goddamn stinky. Oh my god, they so fucking stinking and bad. Like, damn, I could not believe that they did that shit. So that's whatever the case might happen to be, and that's what I had to go through. So now I'm here, wherever the fuck they dropped me. Not in Dallas, not at Greyhound. They dropped my ass right the fuck here. So I'm like, okay. Regular situation. I called a cab and like was waiting for like 5 hours, and twice sent text messages saying that the ride was canceled. The taxi was canceled. I'm like, damn. Dispatch is like, oh, they'll call when they're on the way. Nuh-uh, I got a text twice. And I'm like, oh god, so what the fuck type of dumb shit is this? So I was looking for a truck stop. I didn't find one. The store across the street was closed. Now ended up at the 7-Eleven. I had to walk all the way across that goddamn bridge. I ain't like that. So here I am now. I bought some squares and I've been charging my phone. And while I'm charging my phone, I decided to do this. Get this on my legs and leave the restroom so they can't say I was in there too long. So this is something else I've been accustomed to do. Like just being right here out on the street, taking care of my healthcare needs. Cause I ain't trying to die. But not for nothing, not for nobody. Death does not become me. Not at all. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Working on this whole I believe I should live freely. I believe, yeah, yes, I believe. So this is going the way it should go. I gotta get rid of these damn sneakers. I know that much. I don't know where I'm gonna get some more from, because the last 3 or so pair of sneakers that I got, they tore my feet up and everything. So I gotta start all over. Well, not to start all over, but I gotta buy a new pair of sneakers and stuff. I hear Country Boy bought these. They soaked them in whatever the fuck they soaked them in and shit. Let them dry, and they were fucking up my feet. And I knew it, and I haven't come into any money to get any new sneakers. But now I got little something, panhandling everything, trying to, like I said, not die. I do not want to die. So that's what I'm working on. Anyway, I want y'all to be reasonable and realistic. If you never met me in my waking life, I keep telling you about all these different things. Like, y'all can pull security cameras from Ross Dress for Less, Walmart, Joann's, Dillard's, JCPenney, Target, CVS, like everywhere that I shop, you can pull footage, and I do the same shit when I'm window shopping. I do the same shit when I'm shopping. I do the same shit no matter where the fuck I am. I am the same Tiffany I have always goddamn it been. Like, I got fucked up clothes until I can buy more. Like, my face be going through all types of shit. I'm still getting raped. So last year I got raped by 4 different people, and it did that same within toxicity, like sleepwalking right out of it and didn't know, into it and out of it and didn't know that shit happened. until like after the fact. But since I know that shit's happening, I know that shit's happening. I'm trying to prevent it from going on. But come on now, how is it that all y'all are talking about your money this and your income's that and all of this different shit? Like my April money, I didn't get it on the 1st, right? Like I'm supposed to, like a little 774. I didn't get it on the 1st, but on the 7th, I got a deposit. But by the 7th, I was in captivity. On the 7th, by the 7th, whenever the fuck it came in, but I was in captivity, so I'm like, oh, okay, like all of these different things that are going on that's not legal. Now, if you've been arrested once, you've been arrested once. But even going through the shit that I go through, like, you would know it's not legal. Like a sheriff decides, like, you sitting outside of Burger King, and they saying, you gotta leave. You've been there too long. They don't want you here. And you're like, okay, whatever fucking case might happen to be. So you getting up, you walking off, and they trying to make you get in their car. They trying to make you take a ride from them. You say no over and over again, right? I'm speaking English. I don't know what the fuck language that motherfucker was speaking. Neither one of them. So anyway, I walk all the way to the highway, and I'm standing there, like, waiting for Grant, seeing what's gonna happen with that dude, whatever. Going through all that shit. And here they fucking come. Just stalking and watching, you know what I'm saying? So, as I stand there, it's like, just smoking and walking, pacing around, or whatever, they come up to me again. And they're like, oh, you can't just stay here. You can't stand here. You gotta go. I'm like, fine, where am I gonna go? Like, to Dallas, to, Whitaker Falls, Greyhound, whatever the case might happen to be. They're like, oh, they'll take me somewhere else, whatever case might happen to be. I was like, what about Walmart? Come to find out, the nearest Walmart, it's a goddamn trek by foot, but it was like by the next exit or whatever the case might happen to be. He's like, nope, whatever, and he's doing all this I raped you before shit. So I just had to deal with that shit. I ended up having to be handcuffed, he said, to sit in a car to see what's going to happen, to see if they're going to take me to jail. So tell me, in what land of legalities, they talking about put your hands behind your back, right? To be handcuffs. So once again, hands on the back of my head, like I showed Lisa. Hands in the back of your head, and then like dominant hand first, like help them out. Give me a dominant hand first. Righty, give me right hand. You're lefty, give me your left hand first. But anyway, give him hands, they put the handcuffs on. So what world is it legal that he's touching my damn head, he's touching my shoulders, he's trying to pat around my ass, and I'm like, God, why the fuck is it that I keep telling everybody that I'm going through all of this? Now, mind you, I tell these people that I'm going through this now, whoever the fuck I'm telling, right? But before, I didn't tell nobody nothing. I was so worried about everybody else. I was so worried that they were going to do the same thing to everybody else, or so worried that they were going to kill people, like whatever the case might happen to be that I was worried about. So I tried to protect everybody from what I was going through, right? Even these men running around. So I'm like, why is it now, like after going through this shit for like, I left New Hampshire, Upper Valley, New Hampshire, 2014, 2015. Like, I think it's 15, moved in Louisiana in 2016, planning to stay there temporarily, like 24 months and then leave, like get a job, work, save some money, continue on my travels. I couldn't even do that. I ended up leaving there a year later, like from, I think it was like November to September I tried to leave, and then end up leaving until October with all that shit. But from there to Colorado Springs to Cheyenne, Wyoming, and then Casper, Wyoming, and then all this back and forth travels to Massachusetts and the Upper Valley, trying to get to Social Security, trying to get my ID. Like, y'all are telling me all of this stuff didn't happen. Like, I didn't get sexually assaulted in the Social Security Administration in front of witnesses. That room was full of adults and children, while that dude used that cattle prod that he fashioned to look like a metal detecting wand, poking at me, like touching me and all types of shit. And I had to be at the Social Security office. So I stood there and took it until he stood in front of me and used that shit to poke me in the breast. That shit was on camera. Like, all of these different encounters, like whether they be street cameras or store surveillance cameras or motherfuckers driving by and shit, no matter what the case might happen to be, audio, whatever the case might happen to be, all of these things are recorded, right? I didn't say anything about it. I didn't want to talk about it. But then over time, I noticed that there was nobody to talk to. There was nobody to pick up the phone and call and tell any of these things to. So I just, trying to figure out how to get through this shit and not die. So I'm tired of y'all motherfuckers saying that, oh, because my hair, or because I'm wearing like a man's sweater and a man's jacket that I came up on, or I'm wearing like men's sweatpants or this Calvin Klein hoodie, whatever the case might happen to be. Like, I'm not that kind of woman that's all I'm wearing. But if that's all you see me in, the exact same thing, come on now, give me a goddamn break and give me some motherfucking money. Don't be sitting there acting like there's something wrong with me, because I have to deal with this shit. Like, these motherfuckers are trying to do quote-unquote things to help me survive in the bitter fucking cold of Texas. They doing shit like giving me liquefied lead, or they're bringing me food or some shit. Like I'm some bumbly goddamn derelict or some shit. Like, oh, I'm not gonna give you money because, I don't want you to buy alcohol or drugs. What the fuck makes you think that I'm gonna? You know what I'm saying? Like, I kept wondering that shit. Like, from Louisiana to Cheyenne to Casper and anywhere else I went. Like, even just like stopping at Dayton Trotwood or whatever the case might happen to be. How is it that all these motherfuckers, like, quote unquote, seem to know me, or they believe they want to know me, or believe that they do, but they're calling me Turtle? So exactly how the fuck is that? How is that possible? Like, I don't even motherfucking know. And see, I done went past my 15 minutes. That's 17:06, 7, 8, 9. Okay.